We gotta reinvent the wheel.
Back to the drawing board, man. That is a goofy looking bike, sir.
Oh my gosh! Oh, we're all leaning!
We built a 3-engine mini bike and we mounted 3 seats on it. So in today's episode of Cars and Cameras, we're getting in a single file pile on our 3-engine 3-seater mini bike. But first, we have a lot of strengthening to do because we have a lot of flex in the frame. We also need handlebars and brakes.
Oh yeah, brakes are good. Yeah. So we got the longest brake cable we could find here at the Cars and Cameras facility. And it's just not going to be long enough. I mean, how many times do you need a really long brake cable for a 20 foot long bike? So we're going to install the brake cable, and wherever it lands, we are going to attach it, and then we're going to make an extension. The extension's actually pretty easy. All we're going to use is a threaded, like a rod, threaded on one end and tapped on the other end, and it's just gonna go bada boop, bada bing.
It's like a 2-foot extension or something.
Yeah.
Should be pretty simple.
It's gonna be pretty simple.
Cool. So Ike's gonna head home for a couple of days, and so hopefully when he gets back, this thing's gonna be ready for a triple test drive. So our big old brake cable is off of a pit bike, and Ike had to shave down the ball on the end here, but he already did it, and it's like dialed like factory right there.
When we're not paying attention, Ike does his best work.
I know. So here's what we're gonna do to connect it from about back here to the rest of the brake, well, the actual brake back there. So we got one nut on here, and this is what usually goes through the piece back here that the nut goes on and it pulls. This is going to be our lockdown nut here. So this nut is going to get welded onto this tube, and that's going to be our adjustment, and then we can lock it down. I'm going to drill a couple holes so I can rosette it and weld it. I mean, it might be overkill, but it's brakes, why not? And then this rod is what's going to extend all the way back here and get welded to a bolt that goes through the brake how it normally would. So we need to mount this using a tab. We're probably just going to modify a washer and stick it right there. And that's going to be our hold. And we're going to have brakes. So that really wasn't too bad. Alright, so Charles and I have built some handlebar risers just so they can get about equal with our front ones. So we have both of them built, and we have a good idea of what is going to look like.
It kind of reminds me of something I saw on the hood of a car in Texas. And I'm not hating, I like it.
Yeah, it looks like some horns, man. We need to paint them white. So we just need to get these squared up. We can get them tacked in. I would love to, once we get them finalized, we're going to get some longer bolts and run them all the way through these pieces just to tie in the strength of the whole square tubing rather than just the top. And then it'd be really cool to plate the sides too, maybe a cool design or something. But right now all we need to do is square them up, tack them in. We also need to tack in some engine mount braces. Because we noticed, come on over here, man.
He was squeezing the big chain.
The big chain at the back?
Yeah, and let's see.
So let's see here. Yeah, you can see the engine plate is twisting.
It might be kind of hard to get on camera, but...
Yeah. But you can see the engine, and if the engine is moving, then the engine plate is moving.
Yeah. So there's like 5 people, they're right. They get to ring the bell.
We can weld this angle iron in, and that is going to be our support to hopefully brace up the engines. So let's get this. Let's get these squared up and get some welding done, man.
Cover. Oh, God.
Down the neck.
It's like one of them hot stone massages, but unexpected.
All right. Then we're gonna do the good old-fashioned eyeball. Make sure it's lined up this way. Same with that one. And then give it a tack on that side. And then once we do all our other tacking, we can take it over yonder and really weld it up.
Yeah. All right.
Yep, so we're doing pretty much just like bloop.
Oh, yeah.
And the
There we go. Just like that.
strength of the angle should get us where we're going. One, two, three, four.
And the back one's got this pipe going across, and I welded it right about where the drain plug is. Big old 1-inch weld, so it's not flexing there. Stiffened up the front on that one, and then the rest up front. And if we still got flex after that, we got to reinvent the wheel.
Well, that's when the 3-into-1 exhaust is going to really tie them all together.
Exactly.
We're now going to move on to chain guards. These pieces are going to act as, well, chain guards to keep our legs out of the chain, chain guides so that the chains don't slap around as much, and it's actually going to be part of the structure of the mini bike, the engines.
Absolutely.
So here's what we are thinking. Getting some square tubing, some 1-inch square tubing, and enclosing each piece of chain right here. So we're looking at 2 separate pieces for each one here. And then we're going to have tabs coming off it, and we're going to bolt it to each engine here.
Yeah, look, we're running into problems that like you can't just Google and figure it out. Like now, if you guys do it, now you can just watch us. You can figure it out.
Exactly, but so it's just interesting. We're going to use the bolt holes that are usually used for a torque converted backing plate here to use for our chain guides, tensioners, and that's also going to strengthen up the
Absolutely,
the
because
whole chassis as well.
I know even though it's 30 horsepower through some chains and stuff, there's quite a bit of torque from this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and we're asking a lot from 35 chain.
Yeah. Yeah. Are all these loose?
I got to do the front one. This thing's
Okay.
a little bit loud. Okay, they're all loose.
All right. So yeah, we should start by kind of tensioning because they're already loose, and then we can put some slots in our guides as well, so we can still tension the chain. It's so goofy, man.
I know. You pull on one,
Yeah. And
you can work, and you can tension all 3.
So we should tighten it while you're holding it or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then we can get a good measurement.
I can hold
for
the
our
wrench
chain
up
guards.
top or something.
Good morning, Charles. Happy Monday.
It's a wonderful day, isn't it?
It's always a great day at work when you're working on mini bikes.
Okay, everything's
So,
loose.
yeah, we built these chain guards here. And Charles had a great point. If we completely enclose the chain, how are we going to put...
The master link on. I had figured out how to do it on the front one, but with 2 chains on this one, it was going to be kind of difficult. I was going to pull the the clutch off, and it was going to be a mess. So I think we've come up with the best way. Leave the bottom open. That way it's serviceable, and it's less mess in the way.
Yeah, exactly. So we're getting ready to go ahead and tension these engines, tightening them down, and tighten our chain guards for the first time to check alignment. And then I think we're going to spin the engine over, or maybe spin the wheel, maybe, turn the engines on, fire them up, and see if we have any chain slap and
Yeah, we don't want
how bad
that.
it is.
We only want a little bit of self-clear.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Nice.
So we put it on the wrong way, but we pushed a new one in and pushed the old one out
As the other one was coming out.
because we
Pure
were trying
genius.
to bring them together with this, and it was, man,
It's a pain.
it was. But I mean, we're doing something that no one's done before. 3 engines, 3 chains.
Charles is at the store grabbing some extra long bolts for our handlebars to mount to. So I'm going to go ahead and tack in the foot pegs, meaning that... Oh, Andy's back. So all we're going to need are those bolts, these foot pegs tacked. Now we just need Ike. We can go for a ride.
Carriage bolts.
You could try them. Yeah, why
And
not?
they didn't have thread all.
Oh.
Or all thread. Whatever. Whichever way you say it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it works for seats. When we bolt in our seats.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's
Should
at the
work.
very least give it a shot.
Yeah, why not? I kind of don't like that the head of the bolt's going to be going up, but we're going to figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right, that's it. Cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, the tip.
Well, that one worked.
We have a design flaw.
You just pointed something important
Well,
out.
okay, it worked back here because there's room around the head, but we would have to oblong these holes really big in order to get the bolt up. So John came up with a solution. I'm gonna cut the heads off. I'm gonna weld a nut on here. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a bolt, the right size, and we can drop it the direction that we want to. And if it goes well, I think I might do that to those, just for safety.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay, so on this side, all the foot pegs are tacked in. The issue, when you come over here, is that it literally puts it right there. So
We might have to make a little thing over it.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. It
Okay.
pokes out enough. Your heel's going to be here. It'll be out. But if you want it spaced evenly, which, you know, of course your brain needs it to be spaced evenly. At least my brain does.
Ike's does, definitely.
Mine does too.
Okay.
But so that's what we're going to have, unfortunately. So if we hate it, it's okay. We can cut it off, start over.
Yep. The intent, well, it's meant to be a 3-person bike, but I mean we also want to be safe.
Yeah.
So we want to keep making these videos for y'all. These are still a little bit hot. Maybe. Third time's the charm. Look at that. There we go. It fit perfect the first time. Don't even just edit that out.
Bingo.
Oh, well, helps when you finish putting it together. So there we go.
Sweet.
They're about the same height as the front ones. I like it.
Yeah, man.
Good job on the spacer. Oh yeah, we got a lift block.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was telling a story about the lawnmower guy, and his name's Charles and my name's Charles, and we were like, this town ain't big enough for the two of us. And right as I said that, I tightened one down too tight, and it was just bad timing. And it popped this off and flew over John's Beamer, and I got stressed. I got gray hair now. But I'm a little worried because we cut these off and I welded them on, and like I guess I just like tightened one too tight and it popped it off. What if that happens when we're doing
Exactly.
like 5 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Even 5, no.
Even 5, that would not be good.
What I can do is I can weld around the bottom, but then it won't sink down like that.
Yeah.
That's the bummer with I mean, sometimes making your own hardware works, but this is like one of those things where we don't want to take a chance and let it break.
Yeah, it really dawned on me that this is not safe when you just tightened it down, and it's not even a really high torque ratchet either.
No, this is it's 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
So
And that popped it right off. So what is a bump gonna do at 20 or 30 or?
yeah.
So back to the drawing board, man.
Well, so I'm just gonna replicate it exactly what I did. So I tightened that one. Maybe that's a little bit. That might be a little bit too much. But anyway, because I wanted to try and get them even. Who designed this thing? Hard to get to. All right, close your eyes. Okay, that one worked. So maybe it was a bad weld.
I still don't trust him,
yeah,
man.
no, I'm with you on that.
Still don't trust him. I mean that. Oh, there it goes.
You saw it here first. We learned something today at Cars and Cameras school. If you need a bolt for safety stuff like seats, handlebars, engine mounts, stuff that you really need to rely on for high speed or any kind of riding, use the proper hardware. Don't cut and make a bolt. We've done it in the past. Don't be like us, because look, I pinched this up and Yeah, so I really feel like one of those hard wheelies, we would have just
Hold the handlebars to stay up with it.
So, yeah, just a little service announcement.
And I'm gonna show the fix.
Yes.
So I just ran a die, and we cut the heads off, and we're gonna try to tighten it to that point to get it past that kind of skinny shoulder.
That's what I'm working on now.
Yep, just a little finicky. But this is the other one with just carriage bolts on the bottom, and we'll probably end up cutting those off for safety purposes.
I'm just gonna get.
Looks a little
I'm
goofy,
just gonna
but
get the claw hammer and bend them over.
there you go.
That's why we tack things, because every time we look at it, you stand back and you do the. Oh, that's crooked. Got to cut a tack. No big deal.
Oh, it looks good, man.
Oh, but no, this is great. We were just talking about another project, not this one.
Definitely not
Definitely
this.
not
No,
this
these handlebars are not straight, so that's why we got to tag it. Also, we started to tighten down on these, on the all thread there, and you can see it's bowing out a little bit.
It's no longer rectangular tubing. What it would be?
Lobular?
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
So I think anyway. So now we need to weld in a piece across like that, and we'll do it back here as well. But it's looking good, man. We're at the point of waiting for Ike to get here. Okay, in the whole thing. We can weld her all the way up, and then go for a test drive. All right, so we're gonna test the chain guards. That is a goofy looking bike, sir.
I know what. This is what happens when we're left alone with a welder and a cutting torch. Don't make me turn this thing around. Okay, we gotta adjust that brake, because it does nothing.
Well, this isn't too bad, man. This is solid.
Hey, buddy. I mean, might as well ride like this. Oh, man. Yeah, the middle one. We can ride like this.
I'm going to try to sit behind you.
Oh,
Go ahead and sit in the
Okay,
front, and we'll,
all right.
we haven't tested this yet.
Co-pilot, are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
And then we got the navigator in the back.
This isn't so bad.
No. Can you see? Yeah.
I have no idea where we're going.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not uncomfortable.
That's kind of scary.
Front one's dead.
Oh, no.
Wow, that's
Dude,
a lot of noise.
That's like sitting in a booth at the top of the turn 4 at Talladega.
Yeah. I didn't hear too much noise from the
No.
chain. So, the chains.
Okay,
It was solid.
Man, you got to really watch the.
Oh.
There's a handlebar. Okay, so how do you got to get off this bike just like that.
So at this point, we're waiting on Ike to get here. He's gonna okay everything, make sure he likes the way the handlebars are, the way the foot pegs are, weld the whole thing up, adjust the brakes, and we're all going for a test drive.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Isaac is here, Charles is here, we have a decent day. We're all going for a ride. Ike's up front, I'm in the middle, Charles is in the back. Everyone's responsible for their own engine, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm ready. All right, go.
Oh, it's fast. Oh, man, it's heavy. Oh, my God. Oh. We gotta lean together. We gotta lean together, boys. My camera turned off. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, we're all leaning. Ah! It's really fast. It is. There's a funny. Oh, I just got hit the butt with the chain. We're coming to the south.
Either brake all the way off. That's what you call an e-brake.
I got hit in the butt with it.
Oh,
That's okay though.
power!
Power.
Man, oh, dude, we blowed the chain up.
We blowed it up.
We blowed the chain up. It's like, look at the end of it.
Oh, that's bad.
Was it a link or?
It should have been a link.
I mean, was it the master link or?
Yeah, the master link popped. Unless I painted it red.
It could be because I threw the chain earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red thing's gone.
It could be because I threw the chain earlier and I didn't notice that I messed up the link. I bet that's what happened.
No, well.
All right, I'll push it back.
It's not every time when we.
All three have to walk back.
Yeah, when we break down, we're all walking back now.
At least we got somebody to talk to.
Broken.
What we think happened is Ike ran a quick test earlier in the day and he threw the chain and you think he damaged it. But we're also running into an issue that we need a chain guard between the last engine and the rear tire because that's where we had the failure. So we have the first two chain guards, but we didn't have one for the rear. So we need to fabricate something there, but we're gonna do that in another episode. This thing rides so weird. I'm not sure how well you can tell from Charles's helmet cam. You can tell that we're all trying to stay straight up, but as we're driving, we're all leaning a little bit, and it's inevitable, and it is the strangest, most unnerving feeling I've ever experienced on a bike or a vehicle. So we're all going for a proper test drive. We're going for a hot lap in the next episode. So stay tuned to Cars and Cameras to catch that. Leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We will catch you next time.
See, you never know when you're gonna need safety glasses. So you might as well have them on all the time. What? Oh my goodness.